Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty. What's going on, everybody? It's Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Welcome to the Friday night live stream for May 20th. Guys, we are blowing through this month. Any second now, we're going to have everybody jumping into the chat here. Bus coming in clutch with the first super chat donation for $9.99. Of course, Bus, your name is down below over there. Hopefully, we'll see the graphic pop up in just a second here. If not, I wanted to make sure I got to you right in the very beginning. Thank you so much for doing that, as always, Bus. And here we go. We got the chat is activating here as we speak, and it looks like we've got 24 plus peeps showing here visibly, but it looks like it's about twice that on my side here. I got to do something about that actually to make it a little bit more accurate, but it's all good. Great to see you guys on here. What is going on with everybody? Let me know you can hear me okay and see me okay as always. Just drop a little thumbs up here in the chat. Let me know everything is good. I'm guessing everything is, because it looks like the comments are not saying anything to the contrary, which is good, which is awesome here. So let me jump into the chat and see who we've got here. Starting off on the very top, we've got Annette Cervantes coming in clutch, speaking of which, right ahead of Erna, 785. I thought you were going to be number one this week, but you guys right in there. It could be the delay, who knows? You guys could be tied. You know, it is what it is. But great to see you guys. Lord Darkside, Ben Nguyen in there as well, jumping in there. Whoa, we got another. Whoa, what's going on here? Bus. Just to see the graphic in action. Here we go with another super chat donation, and finally it's coming in here. I appreciate that, Bus. Thank you. And let me just lead right into this here. Should you guys wish to be like Bus and to do the exact same thing, contributing to the channel, believe me, a little goes a long way. I greatly appreciate the love and support, as well as maybe being a patron to the channel as well. You'll find all the details down below in the description box or the first pinned comment on the replay. So you guys can definitely take part and be official sponsors of the channel for the stream here. And again, my love and support goes all out to you guys as well. Thank you so much for that. And there we go, Bus. In effect for you, the graphic is activated. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And you're double down below as well too. So that's very, very cool. So very cool. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Let's see here. Okay, jumping back in here, we've got Addymar. Thanks so much for jumping on. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. Let's see here. Drew's Food Reviews in effect. You already know what it is. Min Lee, thanks so much for jumping on as well. Randy Molina, good evening. I want to say that's Chowa or Chowa Lore. Hopefully I'm probably butchering that. Please accept my humble apologies, but hello. Thanks so much for jumping on. We got Lord Darkside there again as well. And let me see, shooting on down a little further here. Let me see, who else do we have here in the chat? A lot of my day ones, a lot of the amazing day one peeps in effect here, lighting up that chat early. I appreciate the love and support. Randy Molina, go Celtics. Yes. Annette, Cloudy in San Diego, Starbucks would be nice right now, but all of them are closed. It's all good. It's a little rainy up this way as well. But yes, it's definitely, it's got that weather in there. Ed Keaton jumping in there as well. Thanks so much for the super chat donation as well. Ed, you're going to be jumping up on the screen here, as well as down below in just a second. But thank you so much. Happy Friday to you as well. Hope everything is going well with you. It is great to see you on here in the chat as always. Hopefully we'll have you distracted for a little while here, as for the next hour in there as well too. Of course, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to go over this week as well. Ed Keaton, there you go. Stay frosty indeed. Thank you so much, Ed. I appreciate the love and support from you there as always. Let's see, we've got Sean Frey, just graduated, I still graduated elementary school tonight. Very cool. Congratulations, Sean. And congratulations to the fun ride ahead of you as life continues, which is awesome. It only gets better from here, trust me. I remember those days way back then. Let's see, let me cut where I was here before. So we're 1 week away from Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney. Can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. Drew's Food Reviews. I think we need a large chocolate Frosty tonight. You know, Frosties does sound pretty tasty. I got to admit, it does sound pretty good. Ben apparently has been 3 times to his local Taco Bell, and they've run out of the Mexican pizza, just like the GameStop near you for the Xbox Series S, which is getting a little bit easier to find on top of the PS5. So I think I may be able to jump at some point there in the near future. But naturally, I think at this point, I may just wait for the redesign when they get smaller. That's one of the main things. I don't want to make the same mistake this generation, like I always do in the beginning, and buy the first version of it because of the hype. You want to wait till it kind of shrinks down and becomes a little bit more like it looks more futuristic that way. But I can't wait for that. But yes, the Mexican pizza, the hype is real with that one, guys. It is really nothing crazy. Of course, I have my video made with that. You're going to see that very soon. I had a little bit other things to put out this past week, which I think a lot of you guys are digging. I'm getting a lot of direct comments. You guys are enjoying the content from Carl's Jr. We'll talk about all that stuff in just a bit. That had to be some of the most graphically intensive editing and work I've done on a series of videos consecutively in a very long time, and it was a bit to put all of that together. I'm actually a little bit ahead of the game naturally there because of all that stuff, but it's great that that stuff is out there. You guys are enjoying it. We'll go into a little bit more detail with that one, but lots of fun times with that as well. Let's see here. Okay, now we are officially getting caught up. It looks like we're in there. Look at Buzz says, now I need a Mexican pizza. The hype is real, like I said, between Dojo Cat, Dolly Parton, and the rest of them. You know, it's hilarious what they do. Taco Bell has to be one of the kings of what's old is new again. And literally, it hasn't been that long since that stuff has been out there, since it went away a couple of years ago when I did the initial review of it. But good times, good times. And naturally, when you see the review that I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to do it a little bit differently because there's no point in doing the exact same thing. Again, maybe just to kind of announce it, which is fine, but at the same time, you want to make it a little bit more interesting, and that's definitely what I did, and I can't wait for you guys to see what it is. It should be a lot of fun for you guys. And again, Buzz, shout outs to you. Thank you so much for the 2 super chat donations, one for the graphic button, as well as from Ed Keaton as well. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Annette, follow Ian on IG at Peep This Out Reviews, of course. Tip jar PayPal at PayPal at Peep This Out, of course. That's always the better way because naturally YouTube won't take anything from you when you do that. Just keep in mind. So all those directions are down below in the description box, again in the first pinned comment here on the stream. Tony Montana, yes, Taco Bell has their toasted cheddar chalupas back. Yes, I saw that earlier in the week as well. They were getting that ready to go. Great to see that on there, and of course that's a very delicious situation as well. Really, really good stuff. Again, you can find all that content on the Taco Bell playlist here on the channel. Mr. Jimmy, mi familia, great to see you on here. Thank you so much for being here right now. I figured you might be out cruising in your new Tesla, which I got to say was a beautiful, beautiful picture that you sent me. Congratulations and shout outs to you there with that. I can only imagine the gorgeous screen for the navigation on that. But congratulations to Mr. Jimmy. Beautiful color as always. And of course, very, very nice. Shout outs to you and the family. Homie hugs to all of you guys. As well, and to the kiddies who may be watching, hello, hello, hello. Great to see you guys. Curtis Norton, let's see, when are you heading to Omaha, Nebraska for Runza and the Don Miles? You know what, as things are opening up, I'd love to kind of get out there and schedule some time to be able to do some of those things. I think I'm kind of getting to that point where I really kind of want to venture just a little bit at the same time. So I'm really looking forward to doing something in the future here. The channel continues to smash goals and expectations that I've been trying to do, and I'm watching. We just crossed 37,500 plus subscribers, so we're on our way to 38 now. And just a lot of great contact, a lot of great communication with certain companies too in the background. There's a lot of fun stuff going on, and I'm just excited for what the rest of the year is going to be bringing here. So I'm very, very happy with the way things are going. Let's see here. Bus, try the vegetarian Mexican pizza. You never know, Bus. You never know. Good times, good times. Let's see. Misty Smith, what's going on? What's up, Double Peepers? Welcome to ENK's Friday night show. Today is Friday, May 20th, with only a few more weeks left until summer arrives. You know, summer is kind of creeping in a little bit, I want to say a little bit. It's really pretty much here. It's been pretty hot the last few days here in Southern Cali. Today is kind of an anomaly because it's almost kind of rainy, which is beautiful. I'm really digging it. I'm really totally digging it, actually. Really, really nice stuff. We need the cool weather because we're all going to be begging for it here in a couple of months as well. Let's see. Chow is eating. My favorite drink from Burger King is Surge. Yes, that's actually a very cool drink for sure, even the classic version. And I think way back in the day in the Burger King playlist, you'll find a Surge review that I did as well. So good times, definitely good times. Make a Spanish pizza, Drew. Really? I guess they're calling it like that, so-and-so. Mr. Jimmy, no, it's raining, so staying warm. Yep, kind of cool, though, I have to admit. I am really digging the fact that the weather is like this. I mean, there was nothing that showed it was going to be like this, but it is. So there you go. All right, let's see. As we go on down, Homie Hugs Dietrich, I appreciate that. Shout outs to you as well. Y'all know what it is. Homie Hugs in effect. Let's see. Larry Nguyen, have I heard of a place called Langer's Deli? Yes, that's actually a very cool spot there. I have yet to give it a go. Actually, it's been a very, very long time, but their pastrami sandwiches are the legendary thing there. So I would like to get that on camera at some point, just to have some fun with that, to be honest, because it really is some pretty good stuff. Their pastrami is pretty awesome. Let's see. Lord is talking to Annette. Did you listen to the songs I told you about the other week? Very cool. I love how you guys always interact here in the chat. It warms my heart because we have a very strong, tight-knit community as well. A lot of quality people here doing the do and interacting with each other. It's really what makes the world go round, to be honest. Wherever you may be watching from, which, speaking of which, drop it over here in the chat. Where are you guys watching my stream from? We know Annette's from San Diego, but if Annette, you want to drop that in there, it's all good. But for anybody else, I'd love to know where you guys may be watching this from. Either it's somewhere around the country, somewhere on the east and west coast, wherever it may be, or even somewhere around the world, which is always wild to me when I hear that or see it. That would be good. Let's see here. Drew, got to take the Tesla into plaid mode for sure. I mean, well, drive mode. I'd be curious to see how it auto drives. That would be pretty cool. Enoel, mi familia. Winnie is watching the TV. That's awesome. Guys, let me get a few prayer hands here in the chat if you could, because little Winston, my little nephew, my little pup, who's just like an adorable little dog, and you guys know that I've done a few reviews way back in the day when he really was a pup. He hurt his back recently, and he's been kind of yelping. We took him to the vet. He's been on some medication, so we're trying to kind of watch him. I'm going to be doing a little bit of extra doggy daycare, so to speak, here next week with him. But if you guys want to put some prayer hands in the chat, because little Winnie is he's not feeling well, and his stomach's on the fritz a little bit, and he's just been having just a really rough go of things there. I've been trying to stay with him as much as I can yesterday all day, just trying to relax with him just a little bit there. He's just a sweet little guy, and he's having a rough go. So I'd appreciate the love and support. I'm beginning to see it jump in here right now. TJ Borg, Larry Nguyen, and Mr. Jimmy. Thank you, and that's jumping in there. I know it's really sad when an animal is hurting, because even though he's not making the sounds like he's really like kind of yelping, only when you kind of pick him up, and you got to be careful with his back, he kind of gives you like a little yelp, but otherwise he's okay. So I'm willing to bet that he just needs to kind of rest and take it easy. But when the doorbell rings, when people knock at the door, a truck stops and he tries to get protective, he jumps off, he can't jump on things. It's just trying to make sure that he stays as calm as possible. So I'll be trying to be doing that a good chunk of next week, I think, while I'm doing my other stuff, to kind of make sure he stays as calm as he can, and also to help my sister out too there. So give little Winnie a scratch for me, E. I appreciate that. Love that little guy. He's a sweetheart. He really is. Let's see here. Guys, I appreciate all the prayer hands. Thank you. Warms my heart for sure. To see all that. You guys have just a true, genuine love and support. Michael Domayer, thanks so much for jumping on. Thank you. Detroit in 80 degrees right now. Wow, we're actually less than you, believe it or not. So it must be, what is it right now? My thermometer here, it says 66, but even still, I know it's colder than that. But still, we're still below you, which is rare considering Southern Cali to Detroit. But hey, let's see here. Prayers up for Winston. Oh, that's so awesome. Misty Smith, get ready, everyone, because it's time to go. It's time for the network wiggles. Wiggle. Annette, okay, I got it. Put them in the watch later. Cool. It's talking to Lord. Very cool. Appreciate that. Carl Broussard. What happened to the live stream last week? I could not get home in time for it, guys. I do apologize for that. Once in a while, my schedule on Friday tends to get away from me, and that's usually the reason why. And the last thing I want to do is start something an hour later, because people will be like, well, I jumped on at 8, but you weren't there. I didn't want to be there shortly after 9. And plus, if any of my other peeps in the community may have been streaming that night as well, I don't like to kind of, go over at the same time. So that's the main reason for that there. So I figured, you know what, I'll just hold it for next week. I was in pre-production with a lot of stuff that I have coming up this coming week, as well as wrapping up the stuff that you just saw this week. There's a lot of stuff actually that came out this week, which we'll get into, which, you know what, let's just do that right now, because we're pretty much on schedule here. And it seems to be segueing in pretty beautifully with everything here too. But I appreciate you guys jumping on here right now. 60 degrees over in Ontario for Bus. Wow. So you already know we're pretty similar right now. It's a little bit on the chillier side. And we need it. Because like I said, we're going to be begging for this weather in a couple of months. Grim Reaper, I'm back. Great to see you on here, I think. Mr. Reaper. That's pretty awesome right there. All right, guys, so coming in from last week, starting off with the Panera Bread Toasted Frontiga chicken sandwich. That was actually something that I had saw. Apparently, this is, I guess, like a regular item that they usually have on, but then they pulled it. I've seen it before, and then once they brought it back, apparently there was a whole hoopla about, oh my God, we finally have it back on the menu, and I'd never had it before, so I wanted to give that one a shot. A little disappointing. I wasn't expecting too much from it at the same time, but it is what it is. The price point for Panera is always a ridiculous situation, so take a look at that one if you're curious to see what all the hype was about for it. And then naturally, what I was looking forward to was rolling out the quadrilogy of goodness. Again, some of my most graphically intensive series of videos. Usually when I do my Halloween videos or certain videos where it's like one item for what it is, you'll usually see something that I go all out for. But this theme, naturally with Jurassic World Dominion, just demanded something to be done with it. Given what they're going for here, how could you not? And with the whole thing about my channel being high quality foodie features, that was the main reason to go hard with those four. And I had a blast putting those together. Again, getting that stuff started early is key, and then rolling them out, of course, is in that succession that you saw was just 1, 2, 3, 4, just like explosion of stuff there. And there was a lot of great responses directly. A lot of you guys really dug it. Carl's Jr. dug it, which they reached out directly, which was kind of cool. But it was a lot of fun to put those together. And then naturally, what you're going to see leading into that pretty much took up my chunk of my week. So everything that I had also planned for that, I thought I would have some stuff in between. I didn't want to stretch it too far, but I wanted to keep them together at the last minute. It made more sense. You'll start seeing that roll out tomorrow. And then this replay will be out Sunday. And then Monday, I'll probably take a break that day and then start it up again on Tuesday. So you've had no shortage of the goodness this past week. But again, with the Primal Angus Thick Burger from Carl's Jr., of course, with the Primal Burrito with prime rib, the Beyond Raptor Burger. I think that video has some of my favorite graphics in it personally. They all have dino graphics and stuff like that as well, but that one was a blast to put together. And then wrapping it with the Primal Biscuit with prime rib. Just a banging situation of goodness there, and it was so much fun. Those thumbnails, I love the way everything came out. I love the way everything looks. And it's just, these are real showpieces in terms of what they are there. So hopefully you guys liked them. If you did, throw some dinosaurs here in the chat. Let me know you guys dug it. It was a lot of fun to put that out there as well. And just great stuff over time that continues to do well from early on all the way up until, you know, as it's going. So those are out there on that right now in the ether on the playlist for Carl's Jr. And I'm glad to have them part of the group on the channel. But a lot of great stuff there. A lot of great stuff. Let's see. We'll get the review started in just a few minutes here. Let me see. Let me get caught up on where we were over here. We've got Misty getting crazy with it already. Lights, camera, action. Wiggle, 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 wiggle to our favorite TV show. It's getting crazy. Let's see. Cholor, let's see. Where I live is 77 degrees. All right. Very cool. At least a little bit warmer, at least for you, which is cool. Yeah, and my heart breaks too when a doggy isn't feeling well or is injured. Yes, they have that look where their ears are low. They just look upset. And I got to tell you, it's just crazy there. To my sister there, maybe people made home dog food. My sister's been doing that. She's been cooking boiled chicken and rice with a little bit of chicken broth for him. Putting his medicine in there, just making sure that he eats, which he wasn't for a couple of days. We're getting a little concerned about that. He's just kind of picking at things. But now he's finally getting his appetite together. So I'm very happy about that. So is my sister for sure. Addie Mard, Ian, I've been curious what city in SoCal you're residing in. Pasadena, California. Pasadena, good old Pasadizzle. Bendy, and you know your background, you have two lights remind me of the PlayStation versus Xbox. Yeah, there you go. Very cool. You know, I didn't even think about that actually. With the what do we got here? We got the blue, we got PlayStation, and we got Xbox. Indirectly, that's kind of cool. I didn't even think about that. There you go. That's very, very cool, Ben. Nice little observation there. I like that. Dom, I can't believe Carl's is overpriced. Yesterday I got an order of crisp cut fries. It was $4.49, but it is what it is. That's what I say, Dom. You already know what it is. You know, and honestly, I had a talk when I had gone in for the third day to take care of my stuff because I filmed all of the Jurassic Park stuff like a day apart. I can't do that stuff all in one day, nor would I want to there. So for the week prior, it was a very busy day of getting things together with that there. But every time I went in, you know, they knew the price was going to be high, and they always figured, okay, it's going to be a little bit of a lower score because of the price. It turns out the franchise locations primarily are the culprit with that. They said if it's a franchise location, it's typically about $1 to $2 more per item. But if it's a company store, if it's an actual Carl's Jr. branded, owned, like they own the facility, like it's their own, then it tends to be lower. So apparently, I guess all the ones that I've been going to here where I live, they're all franchise locations, I guess, because the prices are off the chart. And naturally, $8.49, or I think it was what the Beyond Raptor Burger was as a single, an extra $4 for a second patty to make that over $12.25, which is insane for that. Which when they launched that, it was $2 extra for the patty. And I don't understand why the prices are so ridiculous for that. But it is what it is, guys. So just know that certain franchise locations, like Little Caesars, they have the $5 lunch combo. It says $5 lunch combo in the app, but when you go to order it, it's $5.25. You know, they're little incremental things. So if they're owned by franchise or franchisees, I guess I should say, that's the prime reason why you see that the prices are the way that they are. And it's not cool because, you know, given this, the economy right now and inflation and how things are through the roof, we have $6 gas here in California. It's stupid. It's really, really stupid. I mean, you really have to think, do I really want to go somewhere or do I want to eat something? You got to balance the two. It's just really wild. So we'll see what happens. But that's the main reason there. The prices are a little crazy. I know that they were crazy. A lot of the comments I was seeing, they were crazy, but it is what it is right there. So what can you do? Erna, 785. Thank you so much. Super chat donation jumping in there and down below. You are hanging out with Bus Ed Keaton as well for buses, both of them. Who sang Susudio, 1985? Phil Collins. No Jacket Required, I think that was the album. That's a banging song right there. Susudio, classic. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Erna. Thank you. I appreciate it. ScottRush.com. ScottRush.com. Thanks so much for jumping on. Went hard in the paint. Yep. You got to do it with certain things. And like I said, I love the theme of beginning, middle, and end when I create my reviews. I love adding some pop to them and some things that kind of make you really want to watch it because, you know, we could all sit there and just eat on camera and just give you some basic breakdown, but just a little bit extra is always warranted. And I think it just, it's helpful. I just think it's helpful. Plus, if you know it from my channel, you know what to expect. So it's always fun. Let's see here. Chat's moving slightly here. Hang on one second. Ed Keaton, I feel bad for all the animals that are sick, injured, and physically abused and neglected. Yes, no bueno. Bad things to the people who do bad things to animals. You reap what you sow. You already know. Min Lee, sorry that my phone is out of battery. Plug it in quick, Min. Plug it in quick. Either way, you've got the replay to catch up on Sunday, 12 o'clock noon as well. Min Lee, I've given my version of Lay's 3-layer cheese flavor a mediocre 3 out of 10. Yeah, I don't remember what I gave those actually when I did those. I know it wasn't that low, but they're just okay. You know, they're just okay, you know, for what it is. And yes, Ed, I will be seeing Top Gun Maverick, of course. I still haven't seen Doctor Strange in the Multitude of Madness, so I still have to catch up on that as well too. I should have my little bit more opening in my schedule this week. I really want to kind of relax just a little bit. So you may see a couple of pieces of content from me up until next week. Maybe three. Probably usually is what I average is about 3, but I think they'll be spaced out, you know, accordingly. So we'll see. And yes, Lord, everyone's going to see the Dark Side or the new, is anyone going to see the new Jurassic World Dominion film, I meant to say. Yes, I think a lot of people are going to be seeing that. If Carl's Jr. has anything to say about it, they're going to push it at the same time. But I'm excited to check it out. I really am. It should be a lot of fun. Larry Nguyen, Shake the Wiggle Wiggle. Misty Smith, Captain Feathersword has joined the show. He likes to pirate dance. Let's get together with everyone and go, go, go. Lord, okay, I'm catching up on the chat here. We got all the dinos coming into the chat here. I'm glad you guys dug all that content. Again, it was a lot of fun to do. Watching that on a big screen, I got to tell you what, those graphics are really, really awesome. I got to admit, my sister, we threw that on just to kind of check it out. The T-Rex coming up, Indominus Rex going at it too. There was some really, really fun graphics. And just a lot of talent out there for people who create those things. So really, really awesome stuff across the board. Rain's great Funko collection. This is the few that are up there, and a few miscellaneous too from Mi Familia, Mr. Jimmy too there. Some of the Star Wars goodies at the same time. Dietrich, 63 degrees today, going up to 90 tomorrow, 92 the day after, but today down to 52 and 74 tomorrow. 53 is after. It's like anything like it. Dietrich, you go. That is the full-on breakdown of the weather report. for your neck of the woods. I appreciate that. Addie, oh my God, it's like 45 minutes away from me. I'm going to visit. Very cool. I'm here in Pasadena, me and how many millions of my other buddies that are living around me here. Come and say hi. Come and say hi. But no, seriously, Addie, thanks so much for jumping on. Dulsu, while enjoying seeing the new food, I'm surprised the companies are, let's see. While I enjoy seeing new food, I am surprised that companies are contacting food reviewers. I hope you still stay honest. Of course. Usually it's just, an accolade or saying, great work and that type of thing there. But of course, working with some of them, if I ever do anything sponsored, you guys will see that popping up on the screen. And of course, it'll be down below in the description box. I love all the people who don't know about how this stuff works, who always say like, oh, you're bought and paid for. That type of thing. They're not real reviews, that type of thing too, even though they're my honest opinion. If it's anything otherwise, you guys already know. You'll see paid promotion in the very beginning of the video, as well as down below in the description. I've always been honest about that, and I never have to go back to constantly re-say it, because if people really watch the streams, all my real peeps I think do. I really appreciate you guys. You already know that about me. Erna jumping in with the super chat donation again. Let me swing on down here. Who sang Ready for the World? Oh, Sheila. I think you just gave it away. Oh, do you know Ready for the World? Oh, Sheila, yes. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, Erna. That's from that song, actually, right there. But yes, you already know. Good stuff all around. Good stuff all around with that one. All right, as we're making our way down here, another minute or two, I'm going to jump and grab the review. I'm keeping it inside for a reason. You'll understand what I mean in just a second. And if you're catching this on the replay, of course, you've seen the thumbnail. You know exactly what it is. But guys, let me just also take a quick moment to say thank you, segueing supposedly into Chili Freeman for subscribing to the channel. The timing is crazy tonight. But shout outs to you, Chili Freeman. If you're watching this right now, chances are you're seeing this is live on your page here right now. So if you're seeing this, at least now or on the replay, thank you for subscribing to the channel. And thank you, all of you guys, for just being there as being part of the network and being part of what we have over here, the community of awesome peeps here on the platform, in the food review community, as well as here in my own personal community. Thank you so much for doing what you do. Annette Cervantes, any food recommendations in Anaheim or Buena Park? You know, I'd probably swing on over to Knott's Berry Farm and check out the fried chicken. They have the takeout version of that on the side. I think it's in front of Chili's. I think it's either Chili's or I want to say it's TGIF Fridays. They have one of those chain type of sports bar places right in front, Annette, right there. But you can definitely check out the chicken at Knott's Berry Farm. You don't have to go into the park for it. They have a whole thing on the outside. Porto's we talked about, which if you're up that way, they have one in Anaheim, so I'd recommend that for sure. And there's some hot chicken place I can't think of the name of offhand, but I think the first two you'll probably find easier, if anything there. So definitely their chicken spot there. I forgot the name of what it is over at Knott's Berry Farm, but if you do a search for Knott's Berry Farm fried chicken or Porto's naturally, they'll come up for you. Pretty good. Dulsu, Ian, please let us know if you paid to advertise your food reviews. Yes, I think I just talked about that, Dulsu. Sorry I'm seeing that late there, but yes, again, if you see paid promotion or something in the very beginning of my reviews, you know that there's something going on, and specifically down below as well, in the description box of those videos. And 9 times out of 10, if not, I can almost guarantee there is no review rating in the video as well. And you usually hear me mention it, that I've done something in the past, like there was something with Carl's Jr. way back in the day. I did the Beyond Meat, the beginning intro for them, where they that was a project I worked on with them, as well as Pizza Hut for the Edge Pizza as well too. That way, all that stuff you'll see. That McDonald's, some stuff in the past. There's a few different things. Let's see here. Lord Darkside, man, I remember you as a kid. I remember as a kid, you can get one bag full of snacks and the other bag full of drinks for like $10. Yeah, that was way back in the day. And gas for me and when I was in high school was like 80 cents a gallon, if you can imagine that. Now it's crazy. Crazy. Addie Mart, let's see. Hey Ian, if I visit someday, can I be in one of your food review videos? Would love to rate some food with you. That would be fun. That would be fun. We should do like once everything's are even more better than they are now, because cases are going crazy over here for obvious reasons, with stuff still going on with that situation. I don't want to say it here for obvious reasons. That would be fun to have, like meetups, like fan meetups, even like familia meetups, I should say. That would be fun to do. So yes, I could see that. That would be a lot of fun. Larry Nguyen, do you ever shop at Dollar Tree stores? Once in a while, yep, I do check those things out. We actually have them right across the street from the Wingstop that I review at, so I do go check in occasionally. or do a food review at a Dollar Tree store, unless it's a certain soda item or something along those lines. Usually not for some of those things, but I have to admit I'm not against it. But I'd have to be, I have to kind of check some things out just to see if what's there that I think would be worthy of your time to check out and me being interested enough to do it and make a video about it. So we'll have to see. Misty. All right, everyone. Now we have to bring Dorothy, Wags, and Henry to the show. It's time for roll call. Misty, you are on one tonight. God bless you. That is the way to go. Living life to the fullest right there and having fun doing it. That is too awesome. That is too awesome. All right, guys, it is time for the review. If you guys are ready for the review, give me a thumbs up here in the chat because I'm going to put the standby on in just a second to go grab it. So if you guys are ready here, give me the thumbs up and then we will go further in. Let me see. Saber fam, what's going on? Great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks so much for jumping on. Ben Ian, I should get a White Castle Funko Pop up for set for $10. Let's take a look at that, actually. Ed Keaton's definitely excited for Jurassic World Dominion. I'll wait for the hands to catch up here in just a second. I'll go through a few more comments real fast. Misty Smith, Misty, what's going to happen next month? Well, I'm glad you asked, she says. Marine Descatado, thanks so much for jumping on as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Saying hello to Ed Keaton in effect. We got it all coming through here. Very cool. Thulsu, I would go to Monterey Park or Arcadia for authentic Chinese food. Agreed. I've done that a few times with Mi Familia. That I have as well too, my wife and a lot of my my brother-in-law and a lot of other people as well. Some of the best dim sum places are there. Yep, and Peking Duck. You already know, good times. All right, we got a lot of thumbs up here. You guys are ready for this review, and I'm very curious about this one. This is going to be interesting right now. It's all coming through. So, guys, hold on. Let me just go grab it real quick. I'm going to put on the standby screen. Talk amongst yourselves, and I will be back in just a few minutes. And we will definitely peep this out live continued for you here on the channel right now. So I'm glad you guys are here this Friday evening with me on May 20th. And we'll rock it out in just a second. Stay put. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. We are back. All right, let me get situated again. Min Lee coming in. While Ian is getting something, what should the Oreo cookie dunk in? What type of drink? Well, I'm not going to answer that, but I think it's going to be very familiar to anyone here. It's pretty much what Oreo is made to be dunked into, so I'll let you guys answer that for Min. Great to see all of you guys again. Let's see as it's all catching up here in the chat. Very cool. Man, great to see all of you guys here. We got a packed house here. It is really jumping up over here. It's great to see everybody. Let's see, what are you guys all talking about here? Yep, there we go, Annette. He's back. Make me feel like I want to go watch Poltergeist later on tonight. Actually, you know what? I've got one more episode of Moon Knight to catch on. I'm probably going to go watch that tonight. I have to finish the 6th episode of Moon Knight. I'm a little on the fence with that show. There's really not too much going on with it. It's okay. But, you know, it is what it is. It's content. What are you going to do? All right. There we go. We are back. It looks like you guys are all having a blast here in the chat. I appreciate that. Well, guys, this is actually going to be a lot of fun because this apparently is something exclusive that you can't really find anywhere except certain particular places. Now, there's a lot of things coming out that seem to be either exclusive to Buffalo Wild Wings or, you know, certain other places that you go to there. A lot of brands that are really coming out and they're doing different things, which is cool because it increases traffic to these places naturally. And that's the whole point of it, I think, on top of just being something different at the same time. So very excited to actually give this a try. I happened upon this actually by accident because I happened to be somewhere where I was at a Circle K and I noticed, I was like, wait a minute, isn't there a certain amount, a certain flavor of Mountain Dew that's exclusive to Circle K? And sure enough, inside the case, they had a huge poster on the window and they had only one left. So it was fate for me to pick this up. But Purple Thunder, guys, it's trying to stay focused because of all the contrastiness of the lighting here. But very interesting on this one. You can't really tell how purple this is just because it seems like with my lighting here. But as I'm looking through this, this just looks pretty wild. I have no idea what to expect from this. I haven't seen anything on this at all. I just saw that this was exclusive to Circle K and I was like, wow, we happen to be at one right now. Let me just jump in here quick and give it a go. And sure enough, there it is, Purple Thunder, the only one left in the case right now. So very excited to see how this is going to be. And I love the label. I have to admit, this looks cool. Take a look at that. You got some crazy looking grape. It looks like they're on, looks like a tricycle, I guess a motorcycle with 3 wheels. But it looks wild. It looks like it's got a little mixture of all types of raspberry, it looks like there, regular grape. It looks like it's going to be crazy. But the thing that's scary here, and you're noticing it right there in front of you, 270 calories per bottle, 20 ounces on this, guys. So I'm just going to show it to you directly. Look at the sugar content on this beast. 73 grams of sugar, total carb naturally there. And then it has added sugars, 73 grams. That's what that is total. 146% of your daily need, which is way over what it should be. And guys, 0% juice. Super scary on this one. I mean, I don't know who's going to give this to their kids or whatnot. But craziness on this, guys. Craziness. Apparently, this one is, see if I can barely see this in the lighting here, Dew with a blast of berry flavor. It says natural and artificial flavors right now. So, of course, because you can't really see it very well, it's almost like a bluish purple tint. I mean, it's really pretty interesting. I'm going to try and go for that little drop into the cup as well because I want to give you the closest look at it as I could. But see if that little fizz, you can see the fizz popping up on the top. Well, at least it's frosting up on the top of the bottle. Has kind of a muted grape smell, I guess. All right, well, it smells hella sweet though. It really does. All right, let's give this a shot, guys. The Circle K exclusive Mountain Dew Purple Thunder here on Peep This Out Reviews. Let's peep this out. Ooh, sweet. Sweet in flavor. Very sweet. It's almost like a weak grape soda, almost, but hang on. Yeah, it's a weak grape soda. I'm not really getting anything else except weak. I mean, it's very watery, believe it or not. Hang on. This doesn't taste like Mountain Dew at all to me. Now, I get the whole label, but I think when Mountain Dew comes out with so many different flavors outside of the main flavor they're known for, this is kind of like diluting the brand just a little bit because it has nothing to do with Mountain Dew. If you would have slapped like, you know, a Signature Select label on this, a Kirkland Signature label on this with grape soda, that would be a little bit more apropos. I think it would go with this better. But when you're putting Mountain Dew on it, I don't want to say you're tricking peeps into buying this, but this is a little bit of trickery right here. This is a little bit of trickery. This is not a Mountain Dew drink at all. I mean, it was only a couple of bucks for it. I mean, it's on average about the same price as pretty much all the other sodas out there, but it's just a weak grape soda. But it's hella sweet. And you'd expect it to be with 73 grams. You can really taste those 73 grams. I feel like I'm freaking out here, the right side of my face. It's a little crazy with this. All right, let's take a look and see if you guys can see take a look at that. It's coming up blue on your side. It looks like it's blue. I'm looking at it through the light and it's purple. That is wild. I wish I can take a picture of this. I'm looking right at it. It looks like it is straight out light purple, but you're seeing it as blue. That's nuts. That is nuts. But guys, it is what it is. I mean, it really kind of blends in with the background here just a little bit with the PlayStation background. Let me try and keep it on the Xbox side. It's even darker at the same time, but wow. What is that there? The Jackson Romulan Ale. Yes, it's crazy. I'm holding this up right now and it shows it as blue. It is really wild. You know what? I'm gonna take a picture of this real fast. Hang on 1 second. I gotta take a picture and I'm gonna post this on my community tab so you guys can take a look at this, because it is, hopefully it's gonna come up in the shot over here. So let me hold this up. Yeah, that actually works pretty nicely, I think, right there. All right, say cheese, guys. You guys are gonna be perfectly immortalized. There we go. We'll hold it up. There we go. Right this way. One more. One more. All right, cool. I don't know if you guys noticed, this is my new phone. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, 256 gig. You guys may have noticed a different change in quality of my videos lately. This has definitely been a blast to use. And there you go. In effect, I'm taking pictures of myself when I'm filming myself in here as well. But good times, good times. I'll post that up actually in the community tab a little later on tonight. So watch out for that. And you guys can take a look and see what that is. So a lot of fun with it. Actually, you know what? I'll save it for tomorrow. I'll do this early in the morning tomorrow, so that way you guys will have something for the afternoon outside of the new video coming out as well. But good times across the board with that. But yes, a little crazy for this. And I got to say, guys, I am not super impressed. I went into this really thinking this was going to be kind of just so-so. And it is. Like I said, throw a Kirkland signature label on this one. Throw any like a, you know, the off-brand of Shasta or anything like that. You know, Thunder Mountain or something that they call like the off-brand version of Mountain Dew. This is not Mountain Dew to me. It really isn't. It's just crazy sweet. I'm definitely not going to have any more of this because I'm not going to be able to go calm down here in just a little while. So overall, it's not Mountain Dew, so I'm going to have to go a little hard with the rating on this one, guys, for the flavor. But Purple Thunder, not really thunderous. It's more of a weak type of grape soda. So overall, I'm going to have to give this like a 5 out of 10, guys. I mean, I like it because it's wet, it's frosty, it's definitely got some flavor to it. It's just a weak side of flavor, but overall, this is not Mountain Dew. So I get it. It's not supposed to be, I guess, but they're using the Mountain Dew name to sell it. But it's a very, very weak tasting grape soda. But the sweetness factor after that, my mouth feels completely pasty with sugar right now. I am not liking that. So it is what it is. I'm glad I could have definitely tried this for you. I definitely wanted to give it a go. I'm glad I found this one. But Circle K exclusive for you guys actually that want to pick this up. A couple of bucks only. So not bad for that. And again, super, super sweet. So that blast of purple berry or whatever they have, the berry blast that's on this here. Yeah, berry blast. I'm not getting a blast of that at all. I'm getting more of a limp. Baja Blast is a serious blast. Even on Zero version of that, I think it's still one of the best ones out there. But for what this is, an exclusive to get you into Circle K, that's pretty much the reason to go for it. And that's pretty much it. So showing up blue on your side, but it's purple through my lights here. It's nuts how that works. It is what it is. But 5 out of 10. Maybe that's being a little overly generous for it considering, but it's not horrible. It's just not what I expected it to be honest. I really wanted it a little bit more in your face, you know, especially with thunder in the title. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, you got to have thunder. Give me a little bit of thunder. Give me a little bit of rumble, you know, give me something with this. So it is what it is. Drew, purple trash. That's getting hard right there. Larry Nguyen had one yesterday. Not good. Give it a 1.5 out of 10. Wow. That's harsh right there. Annette, yes, that'll give you a cavity for sure. Absolutely. You know, I'm going to be washing my hands brushing my teeth right after this, actually. Mr. Jimmy, take 2 shots of that stuff and you'll get diabetes. You know what? I think us going for a tiger tail at Donut Man would be even worse, to be honest with you. But you know what? I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that, Jimmy. Oh, craziness. Ed Keaton drinks more Sprite than anything else. Occasionally drink a good root beer. Let's see. Addy Mart, Johnny, all the way. All the way. Justice for Johnny. That's all I'm going to say on this right now. Justice for Johnny. Erna, is it more purple or blue? Definitely, it's like a light purple. It looks amazing right now because of the purple, but when I hold this up to the light, it's blue. That is so wild. That is so wild right now. You can kind of see it in the picture, actually, that I took. Hopefully that came out decent. Let me take a look here and see. For those of you wondering, yes, I have Masters of the Universe as a wallpaper. You're probably not wondering, but I wanted to show it to you anyway. There you go. You can kind of see, you'll see it, I think once I post it, you know, but it's more purple on the top and blue on the bottom. But it's definitely, it's wild. That is just wild. Crazy how the color tone changes that way. I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. But there you go. Good times all around with that there. Drew, Smurfberry, yes, that actually, you know, this is more of a doppelganger than anything else. I got to tell you, it really is. Yes, E. Noel, don't drink anymore. Yes, with the skull and crossbones, absolutely not. Yeah, so I feel a little bit bad about what I did drink, but considering I poured most of it into the cup here, I'll be dumping this right after the review. Right after the stream ends, I should say. But yes. Let's see here. Misty Smith, nice phone, Ian. Thank you. ScottRush.com. 5 cameras. It's got 3 with that Ultra 108 double triple zoom situation. It was a crazy deal for this discount from Samsung Direct, and I just figured, you know what, I really want to go for something different with something with more memory, and I couldn't pass it up. And I figured when I do upgrade to the S25 in about 3 years or so, that would be the time to trade in, because the Ultra versions of phones are worth a lot more. So I figured that would be the best time there. So honestly, I really dig this one there. And the fact that I have this case on it, I love the fact that it covers and protects the battery, or protects the lenses this way as well, which is really, really cool. But I love this thing. I haven't actually taken the stylus out in the very bottom yet, but I do have the ports protected. I have a little port cover that I purchased for them, and all of my electronics, my USB-Cs, to protect them from dust and everything else, because I use this to film, keep things protected, and of course screen protector goodies on the outside. It really is, it's pretty awesome. I really, really love this case, especially there. So yes, I'm excited about it. And hopefully you guys are digging it as well too, because the quality of the videos in general, and that there was nothing really wrong with what I was using beforehand with the S20 Plus, but like I said, I couldn't pass up on the deal, and it was definitely for the trade-in and everything. It made the most sense. So it's really, really, I love it. I love Samsung Galaxy devices, always have. They're really awesome. Be the first, let me take a selfie from Annette Cervantes. There you go. Addy Mart, I want that one. I have the boring Note 10. Jump onto their site, because at the time it was getting a $256 for a $128 price, along with trade-in and plus an enhanced discount, which is really good. Little word to the wise, if you ever want to get a phone from Samsung directly, do it on the last month of the quarter that's about to end, because that's usually when they like to blow out a lot of product. And that way, you usually get the best deal if you decide to do that, because they want to juice the numbers of installed, user base for the product. So for the current Galaxy phone. So when I saw this thing actually dropped in price, literally about 60% since it first came out, and I was considering it when it first came out, but I'm like, let me just hold off on it for a bit. And I'm so glad that I did, because really right before the end of the first quarter is the time to jump in and do it. And it made the most sense to do that there. So a little word to the wise, like I said, when they announce these Galaxy devices, wait about 3 or 4 months right before the end of the quarter and take a look at their site, because usually you'll see things that'll be like, how could you not want to wait just a little bit, right? I mean, it makes the most sense. For everyone who wants to jump in the beginning, of course you're going to be early adopters. That's fine. But I've learned my lesson more times over the years to kind of wait just a little bit with these things. Case in point, Xbox Series S, Series X, and of course PS5, waiting for those to be redesigned to be a little bit smaller in as well. Let's see, Tony Montana, you happy to see Amber Heard going down? I'm just really I kind of want it to be over with, to be honest with you. I'm kind of over. I think we all get the gist of what's been going on with this, so I think they need to end it. I think there's 1 week left of what they need to do, but it's just a train wreck watching it in slow motion. I've watched a few things on YouTube and certain clips. I can't sit there and mindlessly watch, zone out to that, because first of all, I have no time for that, so I'm getting it in snippets. But everything that I've seen so far, it's obvious, with what's going on, at least my personal opinion anyway. Let's see, TJ Borg, did you ever try Mountain Dew Pitch Black? It was grape too. I don't believe that I did. You know what, looking back on the content that I have like 1,400 plus videos. I have to take a look and see. If I did do that one, it was probably going to be here on the stream, but I don't think I did that one. Some of the other flavors I've done, you know, sporadically over throughout the, you know, the years. I mean, occasionally, like the Dew. I think there was one for July or 4th of July. There was one. I don't think I did the holiday Dew during Christmas. The Flaming Hot I did. That one was recent, which was a lot of fun to check out. More of a kind of like a sodium burn, kind of like a carbonation burn in the background than Flaming Hot, but it was good. I thought that was pretty tasty. Let's see, trying to get caught up here on the chat, going down a little further. And again, guys, thank you so much for jumping on down and staying with me for the duration of this as well. I appreciate that. Let me catch up on the chat over here. Min Lee gives it a 3 out of 10. Erna, and if you tell me who sang Kyrie Laser down the road that I must travel, you will get another donation. Kyrie Laser. Night. I don't know who sang. I forgot who sang that song, but I'm singing it to you. I'm singing it to you, Erna. Kyrie Laser down the road that I must travel. Yep, I remember that song. I just don't know the name. But my heart is in the right place for you, Erna. Perhaps you want to tell them here in the chat, or if anyone knows that here in the chat. Mister, says the Jacks. There you go, Mister. There you go. But I'm singing. I remember that song. I'm hearing it in my head now. That's craziness. Shout outs to the Jackson. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. The Jackson Roy Kirk. I appreciate that. Sweeter than Coke Sparkle, according to just me out there. Yes, this definitely, it's got some sweetness to it. It's a little over, but it's a weak tasting grape, but it's got that pastiness of sugar after the fact. I really did not like it as much as I thought. I was hoping I was going to, believe it or not. Looks like NyQuil, according to Buzz7332. You know, I'm telling you, just seeing the duality of the colors in front of me here right now on my viewfinder that you just saw me showing you, as well as what it actually is, it was crazy. That's just crazy. I was like tricking me with my eyes. It was just craziness. Let's see. Ben Nguyen, fun fact, in the next 32 years later, we will have 10 cameras in the next gen iPhone. I have no doubt we'll have something there. But the front-facing camera that I use to film my videos on the front of that is a 40 megapixel camera, and I have something actually installed on it to kind of keep that focus and to kind of keep things. And there's ways to actually make this thing work pretty nice, and I really, I'm digging it. I am totally digging it there. It's so much more of a better experience. It's powerful. But that 40 megapixel camera, I definitely needed to jump in there. A lot of the other filter stuff I was using on the previous one, which kind of made the background blurry and everything, which was fine for a while. But after a while, it makes you look like you're 20 years older than you need to be with artifacting and things here and there, even though it did a pretty decent job. And it does the same thing on this one. But there are other things that you can put on this to actually make it even more enhanced, as ways to really kind of customize the front-facing camera that I love it there. So I'm really trying to pull out as much as I can from the front. On top of the back being just really, really cool. So, but yeah, I have no doubt 32 years from now, it's going to be built into us, Ben. It'll be built into us. Let's see. Missy Smith, what could my favorite soda be? I'm going to say straight up regular Coke, because that is the classic, if you ask me. If you ask me, that's what I think. Let's see. Tony Montana also had a fantastic Shake Shack dinner last Thursday, in which I had their avocado bacon cheeseburger, a side of crinkle cut fries, and an Oreo funnel cake shake, which I've seen that. That looks pretty good for a drink. Fantastic dinner, I thought. You probably were up all night with that sugar rush, much less just being full from that meal, Tony. That sounds like an awesome meal right there. Yes, Xbox Series E for Elite. Wouldn't that be cool? But X is considered, I guess, the top of the line, so it could be X squared. I'm willing to bet they're going to do something with X2, something like that. Xbox Series X2. So mark my words, you heard it here first. Let's see. Drew, mix the Purple Thunder with Flaming Hot and make Flaming Hot purple trash. Wow. The dumpster fire continues with you, Drew. The dumpster fire continues. That's hilarious. Yes, Larry, I've heard of the show TJ Hooker from, that was the old William Shatner cop show in the 80s. Absolutely. Smash that like button down below. I appreciate the reminder for that, Annette. If you haven't done it already, shame on you and shame on me for not telling you to do that in the very beginning as well. It's usually like that a week after, typically there. But shout outs to you guys for since I wasn't on this past Friday as well, for being here. Eddie Mart, what is that comment there? It just jumped ahead of me here. Hang on one second. There we go. Got the the Series X and PS5 last Black Friday. If you ever get the Series X one, highly recommend getting the Xbox Game Pass. Actually, I have Xbox Game Pass already, so absolutely it's ready to go. A lot of good stuff on that. Ed Keaton, what's everyone's obsession with pickles and pickle flavor? Anything potato chips. You know what? The dill pickle, dill oil is just amazing on stuff. Trader Joe's just came out with a dill pickle seasoning that you can sprinkle on things, which uses dill weed, which is crazy. Dill weed oil or something like that. So I'm excited for that. I have to pick that up. I think my sister just picked it up as well. They've been advertising it. Just me out here. Sherry, what's going on? Baja Blast is my fave. Yes, totally is. It totally is. Probably the best flavor outside of the regular Mountain Dew. Right there. Erna, yes, I came so close to it. Sorry. You couldn't guess. Mister, it's been a while. But I did sing it to you, though. So I appreciate that. Bus, enjoy the chat and, of course, interacting with the community. Have a great weekend. Good night, Ian. Thank you so much, Bus, for jumping on. Hopefully you saw this. And just in case, if you're watching it on the replay, homie hugs to you as well. To all of you guys, I appreciate you being here tonight. We got 5 minutes left here for the stream tonight. I appreciate you guys jumping on. Addy Mart Series S is the weakest, though. Yep. Go big or go home to Ben. I agree with that. Get the Series X. Spend a little extra, and it's definitely a more powerful machine. Let's see. Chow, see, lucky that I will go to Silver Dollar Fairground. Oh, cool. On Thursday. Very nice. They just started the new, the LA County Fair here up at the Fairplex in Pomona, I believe, recently. Misty Smith, that's right. Coke is my favorite soda. There you go. I think mine too. You know, honestly, especially with Coke Zero being close to it as well. TL, Super Chat donation jumping in. I appreciate that. There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And I love the sticker right there, the super stickers. That's cool. He's getting ready for it right there. He's getting ready for it. Rocked and loaded, we'll say. That's awesome. That's awesome. Misty Smith, I have a question. And my question is this. What is your favorite soda? I just answered it for you. There you go. Right before seeing that. There you go. I'm kind of clairvoyant like that. Not as much as Drew over at Drew's Food Reviews in terms of certain things, but I get some things sometimes. That's pretty funny. Ben Nguyen, yes, Series S helps Xbox get more selling than PS5 in Japan. That's true. I wouldn't doubt it. Just having another option that's a little bit lower, just for marketing standpoints, is good, which is good. Stay frosty to you as well, Michael Domera. I appreciate you greatly. And just as we wind it down here right now, let me just also, again, thank you all for joining me tonight on this adventure that was checking out the Boo Boo Mountain Dew Purple Trash Thunder from Circle K. Now, on the serious note, Purple Thunder, this was actually very interesting to try. I was glad to actually pick that up. The last one in the case, either it was the last one or it was the only one they had in the case, but apparently I guess it's doing okay if that's all that was left. A lot of fun to check that out here tonight for you guys, and also to catch up with you all as well. Again, a lot of fun content this past week, mostly from Carl's Jr. to get that out in a row. Back to the regular schedule of goodies starting tomorrow that you'll see with the new reviews coming out at 12 p.m. Actually 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the new review on Saturday, the 21st. And then this replay for the stream that you're watching right now, Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as well. And then most likely I'll be taking Monday off to kind of split it, and then into Tuesday as well. So good times across the board coming your way, and then naturally more fun stuff for next week, guys. I mean, it is just continuing on. And again, over 37,500 amazing subscribers to the channel, and it continues to grow every single day. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys know I can't do any of this without you. I love to create, like I say, I love to put out what I do, but having an audience that enjoys it as much as I enjoy making it for you is really just the icing on the cake, and contributing to the community naturally, and being part of a wonderful group of peeps who are very passionate about doing what they do as well. There's just a lot of great content out there right now, just a lot of great stuff from everybody, which is great. So with that, let me jump on down over here. Last few things before we wrap up here in a couple of minutes. Let's see here. Noel, I drank some poison today, Gilbert. Yeah, I go for Mountain Dew, no less, too. A grown man drinking Mountain Dew on the internet for you guys right now. And it was a weak grape soda. It is what it is. You stay frosty as well, Eddie Mart. I appreciate you. Love you and appreciate all of you guys. Don't always see the live stream notifications. No worry. Just know that it's going to be either at Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or you'll see something earlier in the day on IG. If you follow me, just like Annette is mentioning here, at Peep This Out Reviews, you'll see if there's any change to the schedule. You'll know 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in Southern California. Pasadena. It would be great. Larry Nguyen, what kind of dog does your sister have? It is a mix of a Jack Russell and Terrier with a little bit of Chihuahua. If you take a look at some of my early reviews from Starbucks, you'll see him in the thumbnail when he was a real little puppy. And he hasn't really gotten much bigger than that. But take a look there and you'll see he is a sweet little guy. It's like a white pup with like a brown eye patch, and he has a little brown spot on the top of his head. It's adorable. He really is. And whenever you go down to him and you hold the side of his head and his ears go back, it's like he bows his head in front of you and you can give him like a kiss on the top of his head. He's just a sweet animal. He is a sweet animal. Really sweet guy. All right. So let's see here. Last couple. You guys are really jumping in here with the chat, and it's coming up on 9 o'clock, almost there. Oh, it is crazy how much this is moving. Drew, yes, Subway review soon for Extra Tomatoes as we approach the 100,000 subscriber mark, right, Drew? Is that what we're going for here? We'll have to see. Let's see. Addy, you should be over 1 million subscribers right now based on how great your channel is. Thank you. Your channel is the most descriptive channel. Thank you. I'll always take note of the schedule. Good night, friends. I appreciate that, Addy. Thank you. Please do share the content out with all the peeps that you know, because I'm telling you, the grassroots effort from all of you guys pushing that along with me makes it that much sweeter. And that's really the best way to earn those subs and to really showcase the talent of what you've got, as well as to really just enjoy it at the same time. It's all about the process as well as the destination, naturally, when you get there. But the process to get there, when you can really look back on it and see all the people that were there with you, because it's a group effort, nobody's successful by themselves, really is an amazing situation to be had for sure. And I appreciate that, Addy. Thank you so much for the kind words, and I appreciate the heart at the very end there as well. That is just awesome. Thank you. All right, so guys, I'm going to be here in the chat as long as I can, as soon as the stream ends here, usually about a minute or so before it times out. So I'll try and answer a few things as much as I can here before it goes out. But let me see here. Last couple of things. Trying to go on down over here. Misty Smith, farewell and goodbye to the Wiggle Trail. Farewell, goodbye to the Wiggly Trail. I appreciate that. I appreciate the levity too throughout the hour. You already know. Lesser, yes, a guy having the Xbox Game Pass is the way to go. Let's see. Erna, I drank some super speed potion today and I became really fast. Nice. Have a little bit of that weak grape soda. I'm telling you, you get the same effect. It's craziness. Tony Montana split the bacon fries in the Shake Shack. Very nice with the family. Very cool. Spectacular. Ed Keaton, have a great weekend as well. Congratulations to my nephew Vincent for his high school graduation this Monday. Nice. Best of luck with your future endeavors. Thank you. And shout outs to Vincent for graduating and surviving high school, which is awesome. That's not an easy task, believe it or not. But congratulations to Vincent. And if you guys are watching this, Vincent, if you're watching this, congratulations to you. That is awesome. Dom's World, this is one of my favorite YouTube channels. Thank you. I appreciate that. Dom, always I appreciate it. Thank you. Ben Nguyen, quick question. Which subscription do you think is the best for Xbox? Xbox or PS Plus? Xbox Game Pass, without a doubt. There is definitely a lot less restriction and a lot more content, I think, with that one so far. Xbox usually goes a lot harder than PS with a few things, and they've got a really awesome lineup of stuff there. Hashtag unsponsored. I definitely dig what they do. Really awesome. Scott, it's okay. You posted a lot of Carl's Jr. videos. Yes, it's all out of my system now. You already know. Larry Nguyen, will you do a Peep This Out movie? To be determined. That'd be cool. That would be cool. All right, last couple of things. Finally here, as we round it out, Min Lee, can you do a gaming channel? Peep This Out Gaming. You know, it's hard enough, honestly, putting out as much as I do with the main niche that I'm in. So I'm not going to say I'm against that. But maybe when things really take off even further and I can maybe free up my time a little bit and have my editing done for me and things could be done down that road, that would be cool. We'll have to see. But guys, as it is, you're not noticing it now, but I am extremely tired with a lot that I do. It's been a love letter to do, but it really comes at a price sometimes to do that too. But hey, who knows what the future holds, right? Who knows what the future holds? And I appreciate my sister, Ian Rocks. Thank you. Big sis, I love you. I appreciate you. And the last thing on over here, what's real quick, Eddie, hey, laughed so hard when you saw the old Gold Digger sandwich at Carl's Jr. Sounds funny. I couldn't say it without laughing when I was in the drive-thru the other day. Yeah, no joke, no joke. I'm telling you, the names of some of these things are gold, pure gold. It really is pretty funny like that. And I'm a fan of the marketing, Addy, on a lot of these things. So we'll have to see how this goes further on. But so far, Gold Digger is really, I think that's just hilarious to me. It really, really is for what it is. So strange, right? At the same time, but it is what it is. All right. Thanks again to Ed Keaton. I appreciate it. You rock, my friend. Thank you so much. And with that, I think I'm going to officially close it out right now. Let me swing it over to the chat. Again, I'll be here in the chat for once it ends here for about a minute or so after. As always, it's Ian K officially closing out the live stream for May 20th here on Peep This Out Reviews. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Good times, everybody. Thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate you being here right now. Brand new content again on the 21st of May, Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm so used to the old schedule. 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think you guys are going to like what you're going to see. Very, very cool stuff. And then Sunday, the replay of what you're watching right now. If it's on Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you're in the right place because naturally you're watching it here. So again, shout outs to all of you guys and to every one of you who's contributed to the channel as well, whether it's liking a video, watching a video, contributing to the channel through Super Chat, through PayPal. Guys, thank you so much again. It means the world to me. It means the world to just being able to do this with you every single week. And I have so much fun putting it together. More fun stuff to come as always. And I know my boy Jay Nepper is not here at the moment, but we'll just wrap it up completely with the full-on closeout here at the very end. Guys, have an amazing weekend. Next Friday is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. I cannot wait. The 27th. It is going to be amazing. It's going to be hard to try and do that stream and not want to watch it early, but it's going to be a lot of fun either way. So look forward to that next week. And of course, more fun stuff throughout the week that we'll talk about, as well as the next review of whatever will be then. You'll know it because in a week it's going to go by very quick and we're back here. So if you guys enjoyed the show, hit that thumbs up down below. Again, thanks for contributing and being part of the conversation, being part of the channel, being part of my world. I'm glad I'm part of yours. And we will definitely talk very, very soon. And with that, peace. I'm out.